bottle of very hot water without burning yourself. So it's like a meditation when I do that, and it was really pleasant to inhale and to feel this oil going, the subtle particle of this oil. It's invisible, it's impalpable. The invisible word it's fantastic because you cannot see anything and it's so potent. It's what is the spirit of plants. If you are interested about that, check about the flower essence of Bach. It's fabulous. And it's like no trace, like homeopathy. There is no trace, there is no substance. It's the spirit, it's the properties, the vibration. And this is subtle, it doesn't have weight, it doesn't have material weight, presence. So I was in this meditative state while inhaling and exhaling and inhaling, and it was so good. It was like I was inside my body and see how things were flowing, and suddenly it came to my mind, because our bodies are books, everything we lived is imprinted there. And when there is trauma or things, there is always memory of that there, unless sometimes something similar come in resonance. It can be at the collective level or a situation or something. And I was thinking that Sunday I've been at the farmer's market and I felt to buy 2 bunch of cilantro, 2 bunch of parsley, because came to my mind, why you don't do the tea, parsley tea and cilantro tea? And maybe you saw I posted about that. So I did this, and I drink all day long for 3 days this tea. And I had this thing. So I drink Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And yesterday I had this thing. And it was like in my meditation inhalation, maybe this tea, because this tea has a property to release toxins that can be physical, like metals, or very good. Cilantro is really good for heavy metals. Any kind of toxins, but also the psychic toxins that we have from emotions, from trauma, from very old things sometimes, old memory there. And I was thinking, it's funny because if it was the virus, it starts by the sore throat that I don't have, and it goes slowly in few days down. But me, it's straight there. It's straight something that is itching and force me to cough right there. Here, not there. There is nothing here. So in my meditation came that maybe my terrain has been a terrain. I failed to die when I was 3 days of lung complication. So they baptized me in the clinic because they thought I was going to die. I survived. And all my childhood, I suffered from bronchitis chronicus until I was 11. I've been treated by homeopathy when I was a little girl because my aunt, my mother, was under my aunt and my grandmother influences about they were Jehovah's Witness and they were not taking usual conventional medicine. So they are taking only homeopathy. So I've been raised with that on my mother's side. On my grandmother, my father's side, my grandmother, grandfather, it was all about natural remedy because they were never seeing a doctor in nature in Corsica, no running water, no electricity, all that. So it was 2 different worlds. And me, I grew nomad in between these. When I was in Corsica, the condition of bronchitis was really better because I was in air, sun, and nature. When I was in Besançon at my grandmother, it was becoming worse. It was terrible because I was indoor, no sun, east of France. It's quite cold, also very cold in winter, so I was coughing like crazy. And to the point that at 11 I had a big cries, and my aunt said, we cannot keep you anymore, you cannot stay here anymore, you go back to your family in Corsica. And finally I found my family, my parents, finally, that I was dreaming to be with at 11 years old. And it's the same time I got my period. That homeopathic doctor who treated me when I was younger told my parents, this condition of coughing will be finished when she will have her period. What happened? So it's very interesting because we are in this time with this condition of length complication all around, this information, this vibration that is there. And I wonder, with the tea that I took that take off the, release memories and clean the toxins, with the vibration of that, if it's not something that came in resonance with my condition when I was very young, and I'm releasing something. And when I was making the inhalation this morning, it was like, and after I had suddenly the vision of my dream last night, of the glass, crystal glass, that I knew I was doing, if I was doing that, it will break. And I was not sad about the fact it was broken, because it came immediately in my dream, oh, it's gonna make room for something new, something else. And I wonder if it's not a release of a part of my condition memorized in my cells, in my lung, from when I was a little girl, with the help of the situation that is actually outside the frequency of this complication of length that came in resonance with that memory. And I found the way, like guided, taking at the farmer's market the parsley, the cilantro, doing that tea. It's always like, come always to my mind the fairy tales where you have the witch in her little place, cave or something, cooking these herbs. So I was doing this, and I was like, and it was like I was guided to do that. I know about this thing, why I've not thought about doing it like 3 weeks ago, but just there. So I did all that, and it was like magical to have this vision and to see how, in a way, everything is connected, and how there is a story underlining in the background, like underlining, with connections that just some points are emerging in this dimension, in this reality, in this story. But there is under our stories like another story with a bigger meaning, with a bigger picture that we can just see only a small glimpse. So I'm amazed by this phenomenon this ever, and it's become more and more evident. And yesterday, speaking with my friend in France, he had also an amazing, he lived an amazing situation recently about synchronicities. And it's that. So people ask me about how to connect with the self. It's by being present to the little things, the little details. Often it's in these little details that there is a key. Like a thread you can pull and everything is coming like that, just because you see a little things like that. I remember one day I was at the beach and I was dreaming. I had a shooting where I had this floppy hat, and I was dreaming to have one. They don't give it to me. And one day I walk on the beach and I see a little piece of like cord, like a string, natural, like sisal or something like that. I pull that string, and you will not believe, it was a full floppy hat. I was like, wow, thank you. I cannot believe that. I still have the hat. And it's like that, when you see a little thing that attracts you, or where your desire is going, Try to give more attention, to be more present. There is something there. There is a kind of direction, a sign, something for you to discover, something of the bigger picture. So trust the process. And when you do all what you can, you see, like to your small body, you do all what you have around you and what you can to your body. And it's like you say, okay, I give you what I have, I do my part. Now I let you free to do what you have to do, and you trust the process. Sure, if the condition is severe, you have to be helped. There is no way over. But try first to do what you can with what you have. If you have only garlic at home, go online, check about the garlic, see what you can do with that. I just read recently, I didn't know about that. I use garlic since ever. That garlic is fully potent when you scratch it and you wait 10 minutes before using it, because it develops something that make all the good nutrients to be more absorbed. So inform, go there, go online, get informed on little things. The things you have at home, you may have treasure in your place. Lavender extract, ginger, maybe also with pepper, with chili you can do things. A drink with chili and hot water and honey, and help your immune system and help your body to face. Voila, is what I wanted to tell you. I would have to do this in French, and it's very difficult for me. I'm sorry for the French people. It's very difficult for me to go again in that. I'm gonna try to do it. I wish you a very good day, and I will keep you updated about the evolution of the situation.